If you had invested just $1,000 into the Pepe Coin, you would have made about $8 million in just 5 days. In fact, somebody was this smart enough to turn $251 into $1.14 million. I know you might probably be asking a lot of questions now. How was this guy this lucky? Why wasn't I this guy? No, this impossible. Some of you might even be saying, well, he is the developer of this project, or maybe an inner team member of the project. Well, the question here is this possible? Can somebody who is not part of a project, who is not an inner circle member, be this lucky with a project like this to turn something so small like $251 to $1.14 million in 5 days? Just 5 days, guys. Well, I'm going to be answering this question in this video and how you can go about this, okay? But there are a few things we need to pay attention to, things we need to understand before we start looking for projects like this to turn ourselves into overnight millionaires, okay? So if we look at the wallet in question, the wallet that turned $251 to $1 million, as at the time of filming this video, that $251 is now about $1.7 million, and the person in question has not sold. Checking the blockchain, we can see that there are a bunch of wallets that were early on this Pepe token project, and we can see that they hold quite large chunks of this project, as we can see right here. Of course, some of them are smart contracts. This one right here is the quantity on this exchange, this one on the Mexi exchange. So these are people who were early investors into the project. As we can see right here, this one holds about $1.5 million, and this was the wallet we were talking about earlier on that holds about $1.7 million. The guy that turned $251 to $1.7 million. And if we go down here, we can see other quantities in these wallets, okay? $1.4 million, $1.4 million, $900 and something thousand, $900 and something $1,000. How were these guys able to get into this project? Of course, some of these are on smart contracts like this one and this one. The rest down, as we can see here, have nothing to do with smart contracts. These are the money sitting in people's wallets, and yet they have not sold. Now, here is something very interesting you need to pay attention to. If you're looking for projects like this to get into early, to turn into an overnight millionaire like this, guys, here, if we look at the liquidity of the Pepe token, we can see that it is pretty much close to $3 million, about $2.8 million. This explains why these wallets with these huge sums have not sold. The liquidity is not enough for them to cash those money in their wallet. So this is very important. Sometimes we look at how much a small amount of money has turned into, but we do not ask ourselves this question: can the liquidity in the project allow you to sell? As you can see, it's obviously impossible for those wallets with those big chunks to sell because the liquidity cannot support that. So if this wallets here belong to the inner team members of this project, believe me, they are still going to pump this token. They're going to pump this token so that they can sell and cash in their profits. Okay, that's the only way forward for this token, and this is very important, okay, because the liquidity has to increase for them to be able to sell and take profits, okay? And this is important that you know, so that if you are thinking of going into this project, you need to be watching the liquidity pool. As it's increasing, they can start taking profits and start dumping rug in the project, okay? So this is very important that you pay attention to. If you're interested in buying this token, there are a few risk warnings you need to heed. I already did a video a few hours ago. It's going to be linked in the description. Some of the things you need to pay attention to if you're interested in this project. Of course, don't get me wrong, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Make sure you make personal research before you invest in new projects like this. Okay, it's pretty much like gambling. You could make money, you could lose money, right? Crypto is very volatile. So to the main question, can you actually see projects so early to be able to make that kind of money, or actually position yourself to be able to make that kind of money? The answer is yes. One of the ways you can do this is to come to a tool like dextools.io, come over here and click on that, and then you can see where it says live new pairs. Okay, you click on that. So here we have it. These are the projects. You can see these projects as they're being listed live. Okay, so you can see right here that this one here was listed 7 seconds ago. This one was listed 57, 58, 59 seconds ago. You can see the timings. Okay, 9 minutes ago, 9 minutes 40 seconds ago. So you can also pay attention to the price of the token. As you can see here, this is the column for the prices, and this is the initial liquidity on the project. And you can also pay attention to the total liquidity on the project, and you can also pay attention to the pump. As you can see here, pumping 35%. Can you see this one? 253%, 29.76%. Okay, so this is how to discover these projects so early. But the thing is, 99% of these tokens here are scams. Okay, if you're interested in doing it this way, know that there is a high chance of you getting into a rug pool. So if you want to do it this way, just have it at the back of your mind that you're gambling with your money. Okay, there's a 99% chance that you're going to be robbed, and a 1% chance that you could make it. And if you make it, you could turn to a millionaire. So, and what are you supposed to do when you see a project here? Okay, so let's say I want to investigate this project here, the Pepe Coin token. All I need to do is to click on it. So here we can see that the liquidity is $15,000 as at the time of filming. Click on that little padlock icon there to see if it is locked, if the liquidity is locked. As you can see here, we haven't detected a locked liquidity. So this is a risk warning. So it's up to you if you see something like this, if you would still want to go ahead. Okay, if you look down here, you can see buys. It's all buys, nobody is selling. Okay, nobody is selling. This is how people get in on this project. You can see it's all buys down here. Okay, it's happening right before you, listed a few minutes ago. It's all buys. Okay, if this project begins to moon, and again, I'm just using this token as an example. I'm not saying you should buy. Okay, I'm not affiliated with this project. I don't know anything about it. And another thing you would want to do if you spot a project like this is to kind of go down, and here you can see where it says go plus security. Learn more about the sell tax, find out if there are any mint functions, find out if there is any function that could stop you from selling this token if you buy it. Find out if it's a honeypot. Very important. Okay, so all you need to do is to click on this link here, get more information about it. You can also click on this to get more information about it. Be sure you are not going to be trapped before you put your money into this project or into a project like this if you're investigating or researching. Okay, so this is how you can get in so early on a project like this. So this is it for this video. If you got value out of this content, smash that like button, make sure you're subscribed, share this video among your friends. This is Briggs LBs, and it's a guy Ken signing off.